Good evening, one. Good evening, all, and welcome to S&M Motorsports live from virtual Daytona Speedway, or Daytona International Speedway, if I want to get the name exactly right. My name is Joe LaCastro here up in the booth, joined by Sheldon Atkins, and down in the truck it's Austin Derbyshire, and we are Grid Vision. We are here to bring you some laps around Daytona in Gen 6 cars tonight. And as the Google Earth satellite cam zooms on in down to Daytona Beach, Florida, I turn to my right, my virtual right, and I say, Sheldon, are you excited to watch these guys go around tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's the world center of racing, but it's also the world center of chaos. You're going to see 3-4 wide action most of the night with big incidents and big moments popping up intermittently throughout the event. A lot of tracks happen here at Daytona, and I'm expecting we get to see a taste of that here again tonight.
That's what I like to hear. Let's see if we can get some standings on the screen after we do some details here about beautiful Daytona. These guys have been doing it for a little while now. This is my first time calling S&M Motorsports here on a Friday night, so I'm kind of excited to see exactly how things play out here in this this hosted race. I'd love to see what's going on. Let's do the grid. Let's break it down. First things first, starting things off on the grid. In first place, it's Derek Jacobs. In second, it's James Smith. Third, Stephen Ross. Fourth, Jason Branch. Fifth, Dave Schutt. Sixth, John Colmorgan. Seventh, Ricky Miles. Eighth, Tyler Gothard. Ninth, Tommy Rogers. And 10th, Jerry Fassett.
Rolling off the grid, 11th is going to be the 23 machine of Ryan Wilson with Craig Rowe to the outside in 12th. 13th place is going to be James Jepson with Mark Jackson in 14th. Rolling off the grid, 15th is going to be Larry Eddy with Scott Leonard to the outside in 16th place. 17th is going to be John Miles with Jim Segredo to his outside in 18th. 19th place is going to be Shane Billings, and rounding out the top 20 is going to be Brandon McKee.
Moving right along to the 11th row, Creighton Carter in 21st with Michael James in 22nd. Nathan Fryer in 23rd with Eric Hayden in 24th. James Shaw in 25th. Jonathan Ross in 26th. Tyler Graff in 27th. Matt Crook in 28th. Isaiah Watrous in 29th. And Justin Lee Pearson in 30th.
And running off the grid, 31st is going to be Aaron Trubig with Jason Nasworth to the outside in 32nd. 33rd going to be Deontay Hewer with Bill Daniels and it's Thomas White in 34th. 35th is going to be Scott Wise with Bruce Lindy to the outside in 36th. 37th going to be Randy Schweitzer with Shane Pearson. It's all jumbled up here. Sorry about that, guys. There's Zachary Cato to the outside in 38th. 39th going to be Chris Burke, and rounding up the top 40 is going to be Bill Daniels.
And bringing it home, Shane Pearson in 41st, Fred Anderson in 42nd, and Doug Pachter in 43rd. Whew, what a list. Nice full set of cars here. Beautiful Gen 6 machines. Look at them going around here in the backstretch, getting things ready to gun it 75 times around here. Perfect number, I'd say.
And this is the craziest draft package we have on the sim. That big spoiler in the back you see there, Joe, creates a whole lot of drag. These cars, no restrictor plates, sitting at 550 with a tapered spacer as far as horsepower goes. You can build some runs, and these cars will be flying tonight, but they'll also be on the absolute edge because the fastest way to get around here with that big spoiler is have that rear end of the car pretty much sealed to the track, and most of these guys with open setup are going to be doing that tonight.
All right. Well, here we go. The pace car is getting ready to peel off here. There he goes. Here comes the start zone. Jacobs and Smith getting ready to kick things off here. And we are go, go, go on Grid Vision. Excellent start here out in the front. We can see that it looks like it's Jacobs and Smith next to each other. Still the one of Smith on the outside there. Jacobs' car ramrod down on the inside. Everybody's still too wide all the way back here in the top 12, basically. Maybe even closer to the top 16.
This is basically a slight diz what you're going to see all night here. A lot of these guys not pushing too hard to start things off, though. The way I can call that is just notice by the fact that there's no middle lane. These guys aren't trying to go 3 wide right now. But when it's go time with this particular configuration of car, there's a lot of different options you have. You know, it's not like the current Gen 7 car where you can only really get 2 lanes going. If you get a third one going, you're just slowing yourself down. These cars, you can run pretty much as wide as the track, which will take it. As we see the outside lane get a charge here. Smith moves to lead in one car.
We've got some guys in the back. They're getting gathered up right now, and we've got some off tracks. Definitely some madness happening in the back, but we are still green.
That's one thing to make note of too. Cautions are only really given out in stage increments. So anybody wrecks here early on to kind of keep us going green here, we'll just go flag to flag here.
That's awesome. That's just pure racing, and that keeps you a little bit on the edge of your seat here. Here's the replay. Wow, look at that snap.
That right there, that's just classic with this Gen 6 car. Bumper hook was pretty deadly back in the day with these. The noses don't necessarily line up to the rear bumpers the right way, and on top of it, the noses kind of have a little bit of a pivot point in the center because they were a little more rounded compared to the next gen car, which added a lot of opportunity for guys to hook each other. We used to see it all the time on Sundays, and especially here on iRacing, where it's a little more difficult to judge how aggressive you are with that nose.
That's right. There's been a little bit of a shakeup here at the front now. Jason Branch and Smith are battling it out. Branch just a little bit ahead in that 28 car. He's got a little bit of speed as we have some more cars now trying to re-enter the field. Branch falling back, Smith high on the outside, still using that outside line to the best of his ability. He's got it locked in place. You mentioned being locked in. I think James Smith is locked in for this race pretty early on with where he's sitting. He's got great position for exits. His entries are costing him a little bit, but watch what happens on exit. He just pulls away. It's very impressive.
Outside line getting a good surge. Oh, a little bit of a bumper hook here. Almost a wreck on the front straightaway for your race leaders. We've got one car in the grass right now. But further in the pack, that's going to open up the opportunity for the outside lane to really carry some momentum here into 1 and 2 and potentially separating himself from this bottom.
That is a good question. Does James Smith, eventually close that door, slide down to the inside? Is that in the books for him? Whoa, here we go. The number 10 of Tyler Goddard. He's slid down to the inside. He's going to be the challenger instead to James Smith. Goddard trying his best, but still not quite enough.
Yeah, he just needs a little more help from that car behind. That 64 machine really needs to pull up to the back bumpers. We got a couple cars up into the wall here on the driveway. Everybody keeps it straight, though.
That was close.
So mind you, we are just shy of 200 miles an hour here coming into the corners. So that is definitely a dicey moment, to say the least, but a little bit of driver chatter there coming over the radio. It sounds like that was a car a little further in the back pushing the car in front. You don't want to be the third, fourth, fifth guy pushing, because as soon as you do that, you set yourself up to have a huge, colossal wreck with this car.
Oh, and we just had a car come out of pit road and almost cause a colossal wreck back there. I don't know if you saw that. Re-entering the field here is so dangerous with these cars going at 200 with no yellows. You just got to time it perfectly, and sometimes you can't expect to come out onto the track exactly when you want to. You just got to be good and smooth, and man, that was the opposite there. But let's look here at Tyler Goddard. Goddard, I want to pronounce that correctly. I want to make sure. I'll figure that out later. Tyler Goddard, thank you. Tyler Goddard is now out ahead. John Colmorgan right behind him, using that inside line.
One thing I'm noticing, these guys are taking using that 64 machine of Colmorgan to their advantage here. It's the second time he's pushed somebody into the lead. And, we were talking about noses and how they line up. The best nose for these super speedways when it comes to bump drafting is the nose on that Ford Mustang, because it's just completely flat. A lot less likelihood of him potentially bumper hooking somebody into traffic here. But I think the main reason that inside line was stalling out, though, was because that 64 machine, Colmorgan, he spent so much time pushing Branch up there at the front when the 28 was leading, that he was probably on the verge of blowing a motor. Had to set it back just a little bit for a couple of laps, cool the temps down. Now getting another stab at it. We can see this inside lane really rocketing ahead here into 3.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And the other thing that's held on this entire race so far is that James Smith action up there in the second row. Oh, close now. That was the closest we've seen the 2 rows come, just about there. Number 2 of Stephen Ross. Very, very close to John Cole-Morgan.
You were losing over that. I was losing a couple cars back. One of the cars in the bottom lane slid up there into the top, just about grabbed the quarter pound of the outside machine and hooked him there in the tri-oval.
That was just a busy moment. There's a lot going on.
You get that here at Daytona, and this is it's probably one of the only cars that I've had here. I remember we used to burn pretty heavy as far as tire wear would go.
Oh,
as we got a little bit of contact there, the 2 machine tries to come down to the bottom of the track. A little bit of hip check to the 10 of Gothard. That was almost a big deal coming out of turn 4, but everybody keeping it in the right direction here as we come across the line. Smith is going to lead us to lap 10.
And with just 7 more of those sets to go and a little bit of change, we are having a fantastic early run here at Daytona. I gotta say, maybe not as good as James Smith, who once again finds himself up here in the lead. We do have a car out there stuck, kind of getting flushed out in the and some cars that are down almost into the inside wall completely. That's the 8, Aaron Trubig.
I got worried there for a second. I thought Kyle Busch was about to break another leg here at Daytona. Flashback to 2015 as we see right now the 71 machine of Facet all over the back bumper, the 2 of Scott Ross. Let's get a look at the replay here. Just pushing in the corner. You can't do it. One car gets a little bit high there. Another one just tags in the rear bumper and boom, confetti on the back straightaway here at Daytona.
Yep. Confetti, probably the best way to put it.
Also, your leaders have caught up to lap traffic here. We got one machine around. The 16 gets turned off the nose of the 71.
It's Jerry Facet and Derek Jacobs, those 2 drivers. Jerry's got words there. Let's see some pit stops potentially here. Maybe on the next pass, but it's going to be coming soon.
Here's back up at the front of the pack here. Classic Cale Yarborough fashion. The Cale Yarborough number font on the 28 machine. Branch takes the point again. Damon Ross coming over the radio right now saying he's going to come down pit road this lap, which he's probably going to pull the majority of this front pack down with him.
That's what it seems like. I've heard already a couple drivers say that they're pitting as well. So now is the time. We are 12 laps in. And here we go. Nice wide, easily accessible pit lane here at Daytona. Nothing too fancy about it. All right. Eyes on a few drivers now. James Smith getting set up. Back on his feet and back on the road. Now things have kind of spread out a bit here thanks to these pit stops. Now the dynamic of Daytona has changed. It's become almost a sort of open traffic area to me, like the open road.
Yeah, this is the part where the calamity kind of dies down a little bit. Everybody's getting separated here through these pit stops, giving these drivers an opportunity to log some laps here. Also, the pit stop's just shy of the first stage break. Remember, they said lap 15 is when they're going to throw that first caution. So, depending on
You're right.
how things work out here, it's going to be a pretty interesting dash here to the line. Right now, it looks like the 2 machine of Ross is going to be the winner of this stage if he could just hold off the machine of Jepsen here.
Let's see if he can. I have faith, but he is getting creeped up on pretty steadily.
Sorry, that's
right
24.
now he's in the back of a car.
That's 24 Rowe that is holding the lead right now as he works down the back straightaway. But that pack behind him is catching quick. A little bit of a fake up to the outside. Here comes the 64 machine of Cole Morgan leading the top lane charge here to try and take the point out of turn 4 to take the stage. Oh, and a little bit of bumper hook there. The 24 machine almost gets sent around the tribal, but an incredible save from Rowe there. Across the stripe to 64 is going to lead us to the stage.
Wow, at the line. That was intense. Very intense down at the line there. And super close as well. Folks, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, more from S&M Motorsports here from Daytona International Speedway. So don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey folks, we're back with more S&M Motorsports Racing live from Daytona International Speedway. It's Joe LaCastro, Joe Lotosum up here there in the booth with Sheldon Atkins and Austin Derbyshire, and we are watching one hell of a race tonight. So far, it has been a barn burner at Daytona. We've had wrecking, we've had racing, we've had drafting. It's been a little bit of everything. So we're hoping you're enjoying the show, have as much as we are. I mean, I'm having an absolute blast.
Yeah, it's been an exciting race so far. I mean, it's just, classic Daytona is what we expect here. Lots of big action moments, lots of close quarters racing, and lots of excitement. One thing that happened under the caution, though, that I want to note is the 28 machine of Jason Branch got pretty heavy into the back bumper of the 2 machine of Stephen Ross. Both cars had to serve a little bit of damage repair there under the yellow flag on pit road. But not sure what the culprit was on that.
as it looks like we're going to have at least one more to go here on lap 17 of 75.
So it appears that the 2 machine of Stephen Ross has left the session as a result of that impact.
Oof. Well, let's take a look at that impact here and see what it was that took him out of the race tonight.
See the 2 machine just pulling over here and calling it quits for some reason. But on the first lap under caution, he just got completely packed into by the 28 machine. So not sure there was maybe some foul temper there or something.
Foul tempers do flare from time to time. And when we see them flare on the racetrack, well, they can involve 2 people, ideally, or well more than 2 people to their detriment. So don't drive when you're mad, folks.
I'm always mad when I drive on here. Race could be going great. Race could be going great. I'm still having a Kurt Busch meltdown over the Discord call.
All right. Going through the big banking turns before I believe we'll be on our way here. Let's see what happens. Everybody's lined up. Got Tommy Rogers, James Smith, John Coleman Morgan, and Craig Rowe out in front. You're 1, 2, 3, 4. There he goes, the pace car. Let's wait for it. Listen. Green. And Morgan shoots ahead. Smith right behind. Into turn 1. A lot of waving here from the cars up front.
A little bit of an off-center push there for Tommy Rogers off the nose of Smith. It's a good job keeping the thing pointing in the right direction, though.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. If that came from behind him, huge. Especially knowing how
Can't push in the
these cars are
corners.
balanced.
It was close. That inside line making another charge at though. Cole Morgan leading the bottom lane. Stage winner. A couple laps ago, we got 1 car on his roof. The 16 machine goes for a whale of a ride here.
Wow.
And that
Former
is a day
leader
under.
Derek Jacobs. Yeah. That was crazy.
Oh, viewers at home we would appreciate it if you remained seated and haven't eaten anything in the last couple hours, because you're about to get to see a dizzying ride here. The inside line right now, charging. Cole Morgan trying to hang on to it, but here comes the top line. Tommy Rogers taking the lead across the stripes, lead lap 20 into 21. Rogers with all the help in the world from the nose of the 1 machine of James Smith. Off center again, though. Outside line really well formed right now. About 5-6 cars just all packed to each other's bumpers. Really hard for that inside line to keep up when you got fast cars on the top working together like that. And you see it now. The result of that is we're about 5 cars broken away up top from the inside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, up into the fence. The 24 machine tries to make a hold. It isn't there.
Yeah, that was double
Smith
contact
tries to
as
crowd
well.
him. Now Smith's stuck in the sucker hole. He's going to go backwards here as the rest of the field splits him.
Yeah, He kind of dug that one himself, I think, a little bit. But there was a little bit of contact between him and I think the 24 there.
Bold move there from the 24 machine to Craig Rowe to make that work, but it worked out in his favor. Now moving himself up to second place all over the back. Rogers. Man, it takes your breath away watching them push each other like that coming out of turn 4, because you know what will happen there.
Yeah, we see it happen time and time again.
And your leaders on the outside lane using that lap car as a pick. It's going to get James Smith stuck in traffic again here as he's getting wheeled around by that outside lane. It's going to take a little bit for that machine in front of him to really pick up the pace. Almost hooking him down the back stretch.
Who is that? Oh.
He's just a ghost now.
Just a ghost. Let's have a look at this replay. Whoa!
I don't think the roof flaps are working, even though they are deployed.
No kidding. Or someone installed them upside down.
Almost got to see my chili a second time there. You see, that's
What
just
a
hard
flip.
impact. If he's on a direct drive, just a moment of silence for that man's hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Alright, out in front, things are still smooth-ish, but this Hornet's Nest is still fighting over second place right now. Tommy Rogers is just a car or two ahead for first. Behind him, Craig Rowe, then Jerry Fassett, John Cole-Morgan, and rounding out your top 5, Jamie Shaw.
The back straightaway 3 wide right now. Jerry Fassett stuck in the middle. And here comes a big push from behind from the 8 machine of Matt Cook. Well, 8 on the screen, but 17 in reality. 3 wide starts to cycle itself out here. Everybody 2x2 now coming out of turn 4. Outside line with the advantage. Tommy Rogers leading with a lot of help from behind from Craig Rowe in the 24.
Once again.
That was almost bad.
That was almost really bad. You saw the curb right there. It slapped back very, very quickly. As soon as he got across the line, the curb was there to remind him, like, hey, you're at Daytona. You crossed me. This is going to be a major problem for you, just so you know. He got off that so fast. I'm glad he did too. Out in front right now. Tommy Rogers holding off things with Craig Rowe directly behind him.
Look at how strong these two are up on the top line. Craig Rowe just doing a great job pushing Tommy Rogers around here. That right there, that's a dynamic duo. We're going to see a lot more of that here tonight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those 2 cars brought home the hardware here from Daytona this evening.
Good point. Very well could. They're very strong drivers both. And seeing them both with this opportunity, stretch out ahead of them, make sure to put some money down. But what I really mean is that I have confidence in them as well. All right, out in front, Rogers, then Rowe. Nice and easy. Again, this top group here is racing each other hard. They're doing a lot of wiggling other than keeping it straight, but they are really trying hard to present that air of professionalism that you're not going to expect from a great driver in this service.
Say one thing that I am noticing, making itself apparent, these S&M cars, they've had to go through hell and high water to find each other. But remember how dominant they were at Talladega last week. They're all working now well within the top 10, at least 3 or 4 of them at the moment. Surprised if you see these guys break out here. And that being spearheaded by the 84 machine of Jamie Shaw as we get ready for our second set of pit stops here.
All right, just about. Let's keep an eye on it. See who goes first. This is Jamie Shaw, I think. All right, it's pit time, and this is the time for Tommy Rogers to lose the lead of the race. Rogers in the back, big bump to the 8. Matt Cook off the field, falling way back. Trubig up to second place with Chris Burke right behind him. James Shaw still in the lead.
More cars coming down pit road here, this time out of turn 4. 35 machine coming out of the racing. He's coming down as well as the 33. Now the inside lane makes the duck down to pit road here. Looks like everybody gonna be clean. No! The 64 machine sideways hard into the wall.
That was so close to being clean, but that was not a good entry.
One of the fastest cars in the field here tonight. Definitely the best pusher. Abbreviating that front clip a little bit there. Luckily, I do think he does have a fast repair on the box here, so he should be all right to finish this thing out, but that's still going to be a costly mistake because he's probably going to lose that front pack here. So we're on board, see what happens. Just down through the gears, look for any RPM spikes, and right there. Snaps around, a little bit of wheel hop, and oh, you heard the advertisement.
Okay. Back out onto the track. Looking to get things going.
Now the 24 machine of Craig Rowe working that outside line here, setting himself up to be the first car once this pit sequence is over. Craig Rowe, another strong front runner here tonight. Done a good job pushing cars to the front and trying to hold on to those first couple of spots. Now he's got Tommy Rogers pushing him. Remember, these two were inverted earlier, but now working together again here. So great stops for the front 3 out of this pack.
Yeah, not bad overall numbers there. And let's see if they can replicate that. They're going to have to, basically, if they're going to keep competitive. A lot of the name of this game is how fast can you get out of the pit with what?
Two AWR teammates working together here and sneaking into the picture as we got a little bit of wall contact here. Second place car tags the fence through 3 and 4. Here comes the S&M duo. No! Jamie Shaw gets knocked down the track and almost into the grass here in the tri-oval. It's going to be a huge loss of time for him. And that gives the opportunity for Dave Shutt, though, to get up to the outside line here and tag onto the pack. And Jamie Shaw, luckily not that far back, and these big spoilers, probably be able to clinch back onto the draft here pretty easy, especially knowing that that is a teammate in between him and the rest of that pack.
Out here now, we've got eyes on Shaw. We're looking at things from his point of view. And he's looking for Shutt. Ooh, bit of a bump there. From Shaw to Shutt. But he's making good time now. And here we go, down to the wire. It's Rowe at the line with, looks like it's going to be him with Rogers right behind the 24 and the 34 at the end of this stage. Let's see who makes it. Is there going to be anybody who tries to break out and take it from him? Now is the time. Roger,
Rogers all over the back bumper here through 3 and 4, pushing the 24 machine of Craig Rowe. This duo has worked so well together here tonight. And across the stripe, it's going to be these two locked in. Caution flag in the air. Rowe's going to win stage 2, though.
Right at the line, we get a caution. That's going to be the end of stage 2. And with that, we're going to step away yet again, and we'll be back with some more from Daytona International Speedway. So stick around.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey folks, we are back with S&M Motorsports live from Daytona International Speedway. It's me, Jolo, up in the booth with Sheldon Atkins and Austin Derbyshire, and we are bringing you the action. The action has been just that. It has been actionful. It's been actionous. It's I sound like Don King. It's been actionlicious. It's been a lot. But Sheldon, what do you think? How's it been going for you so far? You been enjoying it?
So far, so good. I mean, it's been pretty clean. We've had a couple big moments, but we're also getting to that point now, though, where caution flags will be waving for incident. You know, then we get the first 2 stages out of the way. This long stint to close things out. This could be a very long night for a lot of us. So hopefully these guys keep it together. But the one thing that I've noticed now, that 2-car duo of Craig Rowe and Tommy Rogers, they mean business here tonight from Daytona.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Rogers and Shutt. Shutt has been doing quite the drive tonight so far. This is the 16 right now of Derek Jacobs going absolutely insane.
If he's in a motion rig, his dinner is on the floor.
Yeah, I really do think so. A motion rig. Oh man, I can't imagine being in a full motion rig with that going on. It just quietly shuts down and just gives you an error saying, nah, son, not even trying. All right. Oh. Looks like we're not going to be going green around this time, but gives us some chance to look at a few liveries here. Right now, we're looking at, we had eyes on Shut there for a second. We've got Rowe. The lovely flag-ish design, I think, on there. Justin Lee Van Pearson. Classic 1, 2, 3 in the iRacing colors. Ooh, I like that 23. 23 looks good too.
That's pretty clean look cars here in the field. A lot of color chrome for these guys in this league. It's one thing I've noticed. I mean, I guess in the future everything's chrome. Even though we're racing in the past here with the 2021 Cup Series 2022 package.
That's true. Everything is chrome. They just paint over it. It doesn't make any sense, but they do.
Look at our producer's favorite.
That's beautiful, man.
A crispy M&M machine, the one that Kyle Busch piloted to the 2015 NASCAR Cup Series Championship. Always a good one. Mom and Pop's Dale Jr. throwback paint scheme when he was driving late model stocks back in the day.
You just love to see it.
You cannot go wrong with the Valvoline Ford Mustang. That particular variant made famous by Mark Martin back in the 1990s.
Oh.
We take a good look at the King of the... Whoa! Hey. Well, Johnny Benson paint scheme there with the Eagle 1 machine right here in front of the 6 machine of Zachary Cato. I had a die cast of that when I was a kid. That was my favorite thing.
Die cast of what now?
Car that was the paint scheme that was very similar to that Eagle 1 car we're looking at right now.
Gotcha. That paint scheme. Okay. I was like, never figured you had a car, but what was so special about it? Brain fart. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, the paint scheme that was very similar to it. I wonder if one was inspired by the other. Probably the paint scheme in here was inspired by the car for the same reasons. Let's see what happens here. Green flag is going to wave. There it goes. We are go yet again.
And a good clean launch here for the outside lane. The 24 machine of Craig Rowe going to get an opportunity here back at the lead with help from the 58 of Lee Pearson. Lee Pearson locking bumpers at the outside lane here through 1 and 2, but here comes the bottom with a charge. Dave Shutt with help from Tommy Rogers down the back straight away, but the advance still to the top line. As that 58 machine has pretty much picked up the 24 of Rowe and carried him down the back stretch into 3.
Out here in the front, Rowe and Shutt still leading things off here. Lee Pearson, though, moving in, edging Shutt out just a little bit. It is a very, very close race up here for the top 5 positions. We just enjoy some pure racing for a moment here. Daytona has come to life here under the auspices of these drivers. And right now, what we're seeing is some of the more skillful restarts into some of the most difficult situations that are available. What do we got? We got very few yellows. We got yellows coming out now for cautions, right? You said that now we finished two stages. We're going to have yellows for cautions. So folks, if you're just tuning in, we're going to be doing that now.
Yes, I do believe that is the situation.
Okay.
Look at the outside line, still with the advantage. Craig Rowe leading the hard-charging 58 machine of Lee Pearson. Lee Pearson, somebody we haven't talked about any tonight. It's been pretty much hanging around mid-pack since we dropped the green flag 41 laps ago. Making the right time to make his presence known, though, as we get into the closing stages here at Daytona.
One round, Craig Rowe taking a page out of that book where it just is.
Oh, you can't get back in like that.
Nope, that'll cost you. Whoa!
Oh, we got a big crash on the tri-oval here.
Massive wrecking in the tri-oval. Massive wrecking. And we're still golden.
I don't know if that was the big one or the long one. I mean, it was about half a lap. They were still wrecking.
I'm gonna. Let's see.
What happened there was a lead car on the bottom. I believe it was Dave Shutt got hooked because the machine behind him, Tommy Rogers, was ducking low to try and get some air to the nose. He gets into the back when he slides back up the track, gets turned around by the 71 machine. And then from then on, it's just pure calamity.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out myself. Let's see. That's wild.
And
I'm trying
Fassett,
to piece together the timeline.
Fassett, the 71 machine, gets the absolute. JC trying to pull it, gets down to the bottom, makes a little bit of contact there. And watch that 71 machine of Fassett. Gets hooked in here. And then marker brakes just take hold, and massive hard impacts with the 71 machine of Fassett.
Yeah, not pretty. Not pretty. And he's going to limp that one right back home.
He's crab walking it right now. Car is absolutely skewed out, rear end housing pushed all the way back. Now ending up here with a little bit of a single file train up at the front of the field here. Come across the line to take a lap 45 in Daytona.
This is going to be the battle for the finish right here. It's, honestly, these guys could go another 20 laps. They're going to have the pit stop, I think. Oops, I used the wrong word. I meant, I guess I meant under their surveillance, under their something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Look, man. Look, man. I'm just.
That's true.
You're putting all those weird glyphs and stuff on the screen. I'm just some dumb redneck. I don't know how to read, and you've lost me already.
That's okay. I'll be the do your Yankee. One who understands things has the street smarts. What have we got here at the front of the pack? Craig Rowe now leading things out here with Justin Lee Pearson. Rowe at the front. There's multiple packs now forming throughout the field. It's kind of crazy, the jumps that we got going on here. John Cole Morgan in the 64 is leading one of those two packs right now. He's just ahead of the 78 of Randy Schweitzer. Schweitzer's on the inside of the 33 of Creighton Carter, and that's quite the sight right now. here we've got some action, and that's all happening around 7th place. That is a 5-second gap between the top 6 cars and John Cole Morgan's train here in 2nd place.
Oh, off center there, a little bit of contact. Now down to the apron. Great save. That could have been a massive crash here in a turn. Oh, it is. Never mind.
Hey! Well, it was certainly a crash. Massive, medium for sure. Got a few cars wrapped up in it. Let's see who's limping their way back home now. Oh, that's not pretty.
For the wear is going to be that 19 machine.
Yeah, he just overcorrected.
Tags the fence, tries to get it up off the wall, slides down the hill, gets hooked off the nose of the 10 machine.
Yeah, that's really, really rough. 19 machine. Who's driving the 19 machine right now? Okay, we'll figure that out. But that was a wild one. Now, let's see, another wreck here. He's driving on his rims. Oh, that's what's going on. He's driving on his rims. Ugh. His rim with a single rim. Embarrassing. Coming around through 3 and 4 now.
Look at the old classic Daytona choo-choo train here as we've got cars coming down pit road here. Deep sends in. This entire front pack going to come down. Does everybody make it through clean? Looks like it for the first group. Let's see about the second group because we see a bunch more cars getting ready to swarm down pit road.
Seeing clean right now. Nothing like the first one. Or second one, where we saw some wild blocking accidentally going on there. Now,
cars leaving pit road here.
And thanks to the pit stops, we have some new leaders up at the front, which is going to quickly change because they both just pit. Zachary Cato and Eric Hayden briefly leading this race for about a lap. Larry Eddy now in charge of things out there. Larry Eddy and in first and in 5th, all the way down in 5th is Craig Rowe.
See Craig Rowe coming across the line here, leading this first pack of cars back onto the racing surface. And look who's worked his way back into the picture here. That 28 machine, a branch. To go to the back of the pack to fix the right front fender after getting into a little bit of a skirmish under caution. And he's been pretty much written out for the majority of this race, but here we are, closing stages. And he's starting to get himself focused up here to the front again. We saw how good of a pusher he was in the early stages and how fast that car was. It's going to be interesting to see what he does here when the chips come down.
And fall they shall as we cross 52 off the list.
Oh, 3 wide, almost around
53. Oh no.
Now the 64 making a little bit of contact in the tri-oval there with the 33 of Creighton Carter.
So much activity in this race so far. It has been constant. Everywhere I look, there is a battle happening. Everywhere I look, there's someone challenging someone else. It's fantastic. It's really been an exciting race here out of Daytona, guys. Really good times.
So far, so good. Let's see if we can keep it that way. Mr. Craig Rowe now takes the lead back over, getting help from the 28 machine of Branch. Right now, everybody just going to ride single file here. They know now is too early to make the move. Still got a long ways to go in this thing. Just shy of 20 laps. I think the fuel might be close to make it to the end here.
No, not quite. Yeah, there's about 15 laps per cycle, so with 15 laps, it's going to be close, but probably not. People are going to want to have a nice full tank toward the end, I'm guessing. We'll see what the strategy is going to play out as.
Oh, big crash here in the front straightaway. One car backwards and hard into the inside wall.
Ooh. Don't like hearing that. Backwards in the super speedway or hard into the inside wall.
Stuff up there into the fence, around through the grass. Couple cars taking the road course turn 1 curbing there. As we do have the caution being thrown here.
Lights are still on. Let's check another replay.
That is a wild hit to the rear bumper of that machine.
Pretty pattern.
It doesn't look... Graphically, doesn't look like a whole lot of damage, but that is a ton of damage to have here. I got distracted by the roof flap there for a second. The reflection, I didn't know what that was. See my face in the mirror.
You can see your face in the mirror?
Yeah.
Good.
Roof flap got me there for a second.
You're not a vampire. I was going to say, I'm glad you can see your own face in the mirror.
Look, the amount of garlic I stuffed in my dinner tonight, I'm 100%. I was already positive I wasn't. So.
Yeah, same. I had enough garlic that I am vampire free for at least the next 12, 18 hours or so.
I just chomp on garlic cloves sometimes when I get bored. Go different.
I love it.
Incorrect,
Peasant
maybe,
snack.
but different.
Beautiful peasant snack idea. That's genius.
Good for your mouth too. That garlic. Strong
Is that
antibiotic.
right?
Yeah.
We learn something new every day here on Grid Vision. Look at these guys, slow and steady, right next to each other like that. Okay, let's see. Lap 56 of 75. We are sub 20 laps remaining in tonight's race.
Getting out of crunch time here. See everybody coming up pit road to take what will be your final stop of the evening.
Yes, sir. And we're going to bring it home, too, with this one. So keep an eye on who is doing tires and who's doing what. And we're going to take one last commercial break here on Grid Vision, folks. Stick around, because when we come back, the end of tonight's race is coming back with us.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to S&M Motorsports Daytona International Speedway. We are here, and who's we? Well, it's me, Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and Austin Darbyshire. As usual, the boys from Grid Vision, and we are putting together this little presentation of tonight's race. The pace car is about to go off, and we are about to kick off the remaining under 20 laps of this race. We've got about, I think, maybe 17 laps to go, something like that. Either way, we're going to see. Let's do it together, folks. Here comes the green. And we are green yet again as James Smith and Justin Lee Pearson lead things off. On the outside, it's going to be Lee Pearson with most of the speed right now. And the distance ahead of Lee Pearson, though, Justin Smith is was just a rocket on that restart. So we'll be seeing how the two of them shape up as things go on.
And down to the bottom of the lead, Justin Lee Pearson stays in line, just wanting to pull the toe into turn one, ducks down to the bottom, Krausen takes the lead down the back straightaway with a bunch of help from the 24 machine of Craig Rowe. Craig Rowe getting the back tires picked up off the ground by the AWR machine of Ryan Wilson at 3 and 4. And it's a breakaway here on the bottom lane. 4 cars separating themselves from this initial pack as we see the outside line struggling to find the momentum to catch up.
Yeah, they've lost them completely. These 4 have locked in. Now the 64 of out there, the 64 machine has not quite locked in. That's John Cole Morgan. He is a little bit back from the lead pack, apparently.
Down to the bottom, Tyler Graff pulling the machine of Dave Shutt here. Remember, Dave Shutt was a big factor last week at Talladega, and he's been a big factor here tonight. Trying to get himself set up here in these closing laps. 15 laps to go here from Daytona.
Beautiful. 15 laps to go out of 75. What a fantastic run it's been. Woo! Oh, man.
Ooh, a little bit of contact there.
These cameras are making me freak out in a good way.
Very auspicious of you. I know I didn't use that right.
No, not really, but that's okay. That's okay.
I'm trying, all right?
Divine
prophetic.
prophetic.
You're
Divine
prophetic,
prophetic goes under the auspices. I am prophetic. I'm pretty prophetic. Oh man.
We're prophetic at picking somebody that's not going to win. Is what we're good at up here.
Hey, you know, you're right. I'm usually very, very good at picking a non-winner in this in these situations here. Like right now, I think that Ricky Miles is my pick. So we'll see what happens.
I'll work in the inside lane though. That 35 machine of Graf starting to reel it in. Shutt doing a great job pushing them here through the tri-oval. The inside line with a little bit more momentum, but here comes the top surging back strong. The outside line, we've seen how hard it is to beat here tonight at Daytona. Now you see your race leader trying to control both lanes, trying to pull that inside lane in, trying to make these guys have to run side by side here.
That side-by-side is not going to be ending anytime soon. We've seen it this entire race so far. If the front isn't a short group of single-file cars, it is double-filed all the way back. We're talking 18 cars side-by-side, almost guaranteed, or more guaranteed.
On that outside lane, he's letting that machine of Rowe breathe the nose a little bit so he can get back to the push on the straightaways. You got one car down under the apron. That is Dave Shutt losing a little bit of time here. That's going to hurt the inside lane. as he was the second car in that pack. And look at how much ground they lose, and that gives the opportunity for some of these guys up top to duck down to the bottom to try and make something happen here.
They do it. Look at this. Oh, man. I love that moment when you get off of that first turn and you see all the cars just doing a little bit of shuffling, a little bit of turning and twisting. And now they're back at it again with Lee Pearson out in front, Craig Rowe in second. The lead situation here is a dire one right now.
Yeah, I don't know about you. That's probably the corner exit's the most nervous part of the track here. Pretty much always sweat when we come out here onto the back straightaway.
Yeah, I usually do too.
Oh, a couple cars tagged up into the fence here out of turn 2. Nobody getting spun around, though. It's a lot of smoke.
A lot of smoke. Let's see what happens, though. Time marches on. Up here, the 58, Justin Lee Pearson, still leading things off.
Also, they just came over the radio, said there will be a caution coming out once they exit turn 4 here. The incident we just had in the back of the pack.
Here we go. Oop, a lot of close drafting here in the front of the pack.
Certainly Lee Pearson still with the advantage. Craig Rowe pushing him. Oh, we almost had a car around. Caution flag is out, though, for the previous incident. Oh, and they're wrecking under yellow.
Oh,
my
whoa!
God.
Wow!
And the
Yeah.
28 is he's done. Both bits of the front suspension there, left and right front, completely locked up. That car is not going to turn around here. That's going to be a tow truck scenario for him.
Well, tow truck or not, that is going to set him back and potentially be the end of his night.
I can't believe we had a wreck after the caution flag. When these guys knew a lap ago the caution was going to come out.
I guess it's gonna be one thing to see a caution, another thing to like let yourself get a pass with it.
Just figured they'd add to it as we see what happened here. A little bit of an off-center bumper hook right there, and then another one. That's what sends the 28 machine around from the top lane, and see him head on into the wall, stuff backwards into the fence, and then just the caution's been out for 2 days at this point. And full throttle through for the rest of these guys.
Feeling.
The heavy damage down there on the bottom as well for, I think, was that the 5 machine?
I think so. Heavy damage for the. You know what's funny is you said we picked non-winners, and I jokingly picked a car. I picked Ricky Miles, and then damage. Ugh. Sorry, Ricky. Didn't mean to put the curse on you.
Ugh.
I did.
Not know that they put a ramp on the Daytona front stretch.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. And everyone's trying to hit it.
Like the caution or the choose cone in the Tuesday night league I cover.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to crash into the choose cone.
They hit the choose cone every week.
That's funny.
Thankfully not this week. Choose cone driver was sick, so he decided that he was not going to be there because they use a Volkswagen rallycross car as a choose cone that they paint neon colors, and somehow they still hit it.
chews away. You love to see it. Very shortly here, we're going to get things going. This might be the last caution we have to worry about in this race.
Why'd you say that, Joe?
I said might. That's why I said might.
Why did you say anything?
You know,
No,
it's my job to talk.
As soon as you say something like that.
Yeah, I get paid to talk, though.
You know, we don't get overtime.
I don't get paid by the word. That's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. As our producer listens in. It's so funny. Yes, we're gonna be doing great tonight. I'm looking forward to.
We're paid per session though, not per hour. So the whole on company time thing makes no sense, man.
Shh.
You're just hurting yourself.
But
I jinx it.
Why you don't peel apart my funny logic. I got nothing else, Sheldon. I got nothing else.
According to the driver chatter too, they're apparently wrecking in turn 1 right now.
Oh no. That's not good. Boys. We gotta make it around. Around 68 of 75. 7 more laps to go. 8 laps. If you're nasty, I guess. Eight laps by my NASCAR math, I should say. But this is going to be it to get things started. Right now, they are lined up 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. And the pace car is getting ready to make his big left turn. After that, the cars are all going to find the skinny pedal on the right, and they're going to slam it. Ideally at the same time. If everybody accelerates simultaneously, that's how we crash iRacing, huh? I love it. There goes the pace car, and we are green yet again.
Clean launch up here at the front of the pack. Right now, though, Creighton Carter in the 33 machine with the advantage coming into 1 and 2, but the 58 of Pearson catches the back bumper of Tyler Graff on the entry to turn 1. This will give him the advantage here. Inside lane getting formed up way better, way quicker here. It's going to be interesting to see how that translates as we work down the back straightaway. And oh, just about a couple cars almost got around there, and some heavy pushes coming out of turn 2. And the bottom of the field now. Creighton Carter going to take over the inside lane. That opens the door up for Craig Rowe, though, to finally get his nose into some clean air here. And he's got help from the 23 machine of Wilson.
Yes, he does. Creighton Carter, 23 of Wilson right behind there on the top row. The 24 on the top row. That's Rowe getting pushed. Creighton Carter is in the 23. In the 33 on the bottom row. And he's getting the help from Tyler Graff. Graff back there in the 35, trying his best to get some speed into the 33 ahead of him, but it's not helping as much as the 23 and the 24, who are now pulling away from the pack a little bit. And if they wanted to, they could come on down. But right now, I don't think it's going to happen. I think the 23 and 24, I think Rowe and Wilson have definitely got the situation that they want going on.
Look at how strong a hot rod Craig Rose have with that 24 machine all night long. We've seen him push cars to the lead away from the field. Now we're watching him get pushed away from the pack here. Outside line, absolutely with the advantage. This 24 machine of Craig Rowe, I'm willing to bet that is the best piece of machinery we have here at Daytona tonight. Just look at how fast he is in any situation.
Yeah, really fast. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and Creighton Carter is getting eaten up right now.
Just what happens when you get two really fast cars up the front. So we got a wreck in the back right now. Multiple cars head on into the fence here through 3 and 4. And others pile in.
Son of a gun. And the yellow is out. Wow, that was big enough to elicit a yellow. We're going to go back in time in just a little bit here in the Wayback Machine and have a look and see what caused that particular wreck to occur.
Willing to say bumper hook.
Yeah, I kind of am too.
See the 8 machine rolling down pit road here. Front clip completely eviscerated on the M&M's Camry. See, I can use big words too, Joe.
Eviscerate, you got it. I think you did very good with that one. Good use of eviscerated.
Thank you. Isn't condescending? There we are. Just a little bit of a mislined move into the corner there. That was more of a racing deal. Just 2 cars fighting. Yeah. Oh my lord! Look at that hit.
That hit is the most impressive part of this whole process right here.
Oh.
But yeah, you're right. It looked more like a racing incident than a bumper hook. Kind of I got up in the and I'm in the wall. Yeah, nothing malicious, obviously. Nothing like get out of my way. Just 2 cars that got into each other. One of whom caused one of the most interesting looking wrecks we've seen this entire race, and we've seen at least 2 or 3.
That's not going to make it down pit road. You see the 19 machine limping around with the front suspension completely ripped off. Might need somebody to help him push. Let's watch the hit for the 8 machine right there. Just hard contact there. I don't remember the suspension being so fragile in these things back in the day.
Yeah. You see a little more, I guess it seems a little more fragile now. They're breaking left and right.
Yeah. More fragile than the next gen car, which that thing breaks anytime you sneeze on them in real life.
Not these cars. Not the Gen 6. Wow, look at this. The angle we got here is pretty wild. Just crazy stuff going on in this race tonight, folks.
Yeah, it's been a rough night for a bunch of these guys. But, you know, that's what happens. You run these league races and, you know, open sessions at that. I mean, it's inevitable, especially at these super speedways. It's the nature of the beast, especially when you have a car that's as tricky to get around this track as the Gen 6 car was.
And checking now, I don't think we're officially on the first green-white checkered with 3 laps to go yet. We will be, maybe on the next lap. But I don't know. All right. Well, since the fact we're not yet 1 to go, folks, so that means that we're probably still here on the first green white checker lap. Let's see what happens. And that pace car, man, he's getting ready to drop those lights, I'm sure of it. So I hope we're not going around again. I don't think so. There we go. Pace car's lights are off. We're going to go around 1 more time and then we're going to kick this off. This has been such an eventful race tonight. Such an eventful race, even with the late stage yellows we've had here, even with losing members of the field. There's been so much going on to get to this point, and just having it play out has been such a dream to watch.
Now the real question here is, it takes that 24 machine of Craig Rowe out of it. He's been up here at the front all night long. He's been dominating. How does he get beat, or how does he beat himself here in the closing laps? I mean, it's going to be a green-white checkered here. Pretty sure it's not going to be the last green-white checkered either, as hard as these guys are going to be pushing to finish this thing off.
My guess is that he gets beaten by a lapped car. Like something that's out of his control. Something out of his control is going to be what takes him out of this one, I think. If anything.
Question two of these green-white checkers. How's everybody looking on fuel? Because it looked pretty close to the button when they came down for their last set of stops.
Hey, there we go. We are green yet again here on Grid Vision, folks. This is it. This is it. The first attempt to wrap this up.
Good clean launch here for the 24 machine as he leads down into turn one with a whole bunch of help from the 21 or the 23 of Ryan Wilson. Wilson all over the back bumper here as we see the one machine of Smith now taking a peek to the bottom but staying in line. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be Craig Rowe leading the field.
Craig Rowe out in front. Ryan Wilson right behind him. And James Smith. That third car.
Oh, we got a car around.
Uh-oh.
Head on the outside wall. Multiple cars into the fence. The 5 machine up and over multiple times here into 4.
Oh, man. Messy, messy, messy. Apparently, we only get 2 attempts at green-white checkers in this event.
That was 2 massive hits there for Miles.
Look at that. 3 comes down, slams in. Picks up a bunch of cars, and the 5 just takes a wild tumble as usual.
All right, guys, hold on to your lunch here. We're on board with the 5 machine of Miles here. It's in the 3 and 4. Everything looks clean. Sees the instant front, just gets hooked from behind. Hits the wall with the splitter, the under part of the splitter, and it just rolls viciously through the grass.
Sounds like the drivers are having fun talking to each other right now. Here we go very soon, folks. We'll be watching that lights on the pace car turn off. And when that happens, we're going to choose, and get things started. Okay. And in the front, once again, Craig Rowe, Ryan Wilson, James Smith, Jamie Shaw, a name we haven't talked about much, Matt Cook, another name we also haven't mentioned too much. Shaw and Cook up 21 and 23 places respectively from where they started tonight's race. What incredible charging power out of those 2 drivers specifically, James Smith and Jamie Shaw.
The question is, who's going to be the next one to get torn up here?
Yeah, right? tear back into 2 people.
Field works on the back straightaway here. Light still on the pace car. Ready to bring us to one more green-white checkered here from Daytona. Field still in the hands of the 24 machine of Craig Rowe. Definitely has had the best car here tonight. Is he going to be able to hang on here for these overtime restarts, though? As the light's now out on the pace car coming into 3, we are getting ready to go green this time.
Getting ready. So excited.
The 23 machine of Wilson take his spot up on the outside. A bit of confusion here, a little bit further in the back. Well, not really in the back, but in 4th.
Here we are. Lights off. Oh, go on.
As we watch the pace car make the descent down pit road into the restart zone here for what will hopefully be the final time. Craig Rowe trying to get to the gears quicker than everybody else. Green flag back in the air. Got to be careful not to get too big of a jump, though, because you don't want these guys catching you with all that slipstream. Making it clean through the triangle into 1 and 2. Outside line already forming early. The 23 machine of Wilson getting up to the back bumper. The 24 of Rowe. We've seen these two work together here the last handful of restarts. Is that going to be the winning combination here from Daytona? Well, we're just moments away from finding out.
Moments away, moments away. That very well could be the case, because out here in front, James Smith has been just, I think he's been maybe one of the stars of the show tonight so far. Oh, 1 around, more around now, about 6 around maybe, 5 around in the back, now 6.
Caution has not been waived. Looks like we're taking the white. Yes, we are. White flag, 1 lap to go here from Daytona. The 24 machine of Rowe trying to hang on, but here comes the inside lane. The 1 machine, oh, Rowe gets pushed off center, almost around. He goes into 1 and 2.
Oh, no.
Huge contact with the outside wall. That hands it over to James Smith.
James Smith in the lead now in the backstretch. Dave Shutt right behind him. Shutt, but here comes on the outside Scott Wise. High on the outside with the 23 of Ryan Wilson. Wise now.
Big block. Wise gets the door shut in his face by Smith. Smith almost sideways out of turn 4. Here comes the 31 machine charging to the bottom. Wise versus Smith to the line. Which is it going to be? It's going to be Wise by a nose. No, it's Smith.
It's Smith. Wow. What a run by James Smith by an absolute nose. So close.
Here's what happens. You see up on the outside, here comes the 31 machine trying to make something happen. And a huge block here. And this is the block that won the race for Smith. Just shows up last second, throws the last second block. Down to the bottom of the track comes the 31 machine. And this almost looked like the 2020 Daytona 500. But thankfully, they kept it clean and across the line just by the thinnest of margins. It's going to be that 1 machine of Smith bringing it home.
That was such a thin margin, too. Oh, man. Woo-wee. You just love to see it.
Your race winner parking it here in the triangle, getting ready to burn it down. What a great block. I mean, the risk was definitely worth the reward because, you know, odds are he throws that block and doesn't get to bring the thing back around to the finish line with as easy as it is to turn somebody around this car. Smith just timed it perfectly and gets the job done here. And race kind of just falls in his lap, too. Devastating blow, though, for Craig Rowe in that 24 machine. Definitely had the car to beat here tonight. And unfortunately, not able to bring it around to the start-finish line, even finish the night off.
Now we're going to have a chance to talk to some of these guys here. After we do the unofficial results, of course. Let's break it down. James Smith in first place, Scott Wise in second, Ryan Wilson in third, Shutt in fourth, Shaw in fifth, Segredo, thank you, in sixth, Hayden in seventh, Matt Cook in eighth, Justin Lee Pearson in ninth, and John Cole Morgan in 10th.
Bringing it home, P11 is going to be the 28 machine of Jason Branch with Randy Schweitzer bringing it home 12th. 13th going to Michael James with Tyler Gothard bringing it home 14th. 15th place going to be James Jepson, followed by Ricky Miles after 2 wild wrecks. 17th going to Thomas Wyatt, followed by Aaron Trubick. And bringing it home 19th is going to be the machine. Oh, my Lord. Hang on. Scott Leonard bringing home 19, and Creighton Carter bringing home, Tyler Graff bringing home 20th.
No problem. Creighton Carter in 22nd, 24th, Tommy Rogers, 25th, Bruce Lindy, 27th, John Miles, 23rd, Jerry Fassett, 26th, Zachary Cato, 28th, Larry Eddy, 29th, Chris Burke, and 30th, Brandon McKee.
Bringing it home 31st this evening is going to be the machine of Isaiah Walters with Derek Jacobs in 32nd. 33rd going to Deontay Hewer with Stephen Ross bringing it home 34th. 35th going to be Jonathan Ross with Mark Jackson in 36th. 37th going to Jason Nasworth, followed by Shane Billings, Nathan Fryer, Bill Daniels, Shane Peterson, Fred Anderson, and Doug Pector, rounding out the 43-car field tonight.
Awesome. 43-car field. What a run. Really impressive stuff. Just this race was so wild. There was always something happening. It was hard to get a breather during this race at all. And I think that we're going to get that same opinion from a few of these drivers if we get a chance to talk to them here. We're going to see just how much of a breather they were able to get during the events of tonight's race.
There was much of one for sure.
Right? I don't think there was one either. It was more like just a lot of get out there and do. Dodge. Hey there, Jimmy. Can you hear us up in the booth?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, we're doing pretty good. How were you doing tonight? Sounds like you had a pretty good evening. What, as far as the results go?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It took a couple tries to get up to the front there, and finally got linked up with a couple of teammates and had a good finish.
Yeah, you started 25th. You really worked your way up. Was it just a matter of patience here for you and just dodging the little ones and the medium ones?
Yeah, I didn't have the greatest qualifying run, and all the times were pretty close. So I was, I think on my first pass, I was set at 7th place, and then it knocked me back all the way to 25th. So everybody was pretty quick tonight up front.
Yeah, no kidding. And you made your way up there, my friend. You made your way close. You got within spitting distance. The top 5 ain't bad at all. Is there anyone you want to shout out to or thank?
Yeah, I would just give a shout out to all the S&M teammates.
All right, perfect. Well, the S&M teammates, a big thank you from Jamie Shaw. Jamie, we hope to talk to you again later. You take care. Have a good rest of your night.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot.
You got it, my friend. That was Jamie Shaw. In a moment here, we'll see if we can get Dave Shutt up in the booth, and I will pass the microphone over to my friend, Sheldon Atkins. Take it away, Sheldon.
And sitting here with 4th place finisher Dave Shutt, and you were kind of in the picture just about all night, at least in the closing stages. Just talk me through your race, man, because definitely had a lot of pace and a little bit of luck to get through some of them big wrecks, because we had a bunch of them this evening.
Yeah, it was definitely a handful. I tried to stay toward the front, but the outside lane was the dominant lane. And then at the end there, felt like a yo-yo going back and forth, front and back of the field. But at the end there, those last 2 laps, I'm behind Jamie and James, and I told Jamie and James, I said, we got to go down now. The inside lane is coming, like now, drop now. And James dropped and Jamie didn't, so I just had to leave him, unfortunately. And I was pushing the hell out of James, hoping it was going to be a 1-2 finish, and then I saw the 31-23 come around on the outside, and they just door drafted me and dragged me down. I'm yelling at James the whole time. I said, get down on the door of the 31, he's coming. And so he did that. He was able to door draft him and just edge him out. That finish was a .001 between first and second. So I'm happy. S&M finished 3 out of the top 5. That's awesome. Plus a win.
Well, after the strong 4th place finish here from Daytona tonight, who do you want to thank and shout out for this performance?
All the S&M guys. We're all just trying to work together the best we can. You know, we told ourselves in the beginning of the race, just take it easy, work together, try to stay up front. I mean, personally, my goal with any super speedway racing is try to stay in the top 5 the whole race, but you know, circumstances tend to dictate whether you do or not. But definitely want to give a shout out to everybody, James and Jamie and Ricky and just everybody at S&M.
Well, everybody, that was Dave Shutt coming off a strong 4th place finish here from Daytona, and I'm about to hand it over to Joe with our 3rd place finisher here tonight, Ryan Wilson.
All right, let's actually jump over and quickly talk over to our winner, James Smith. Hey, James, can you hear us okay?
I sure can, buddy.
Wow, what a finish for you, sir. Very, very close. The photo finish was a .001 difference.
That was close, buddy. Good race tonight. Good race, guys. That's what I told all the drivers out there. Just a hell of a race, man.
Wow.
I stayed good. I raced good tonight. Stayed in the front a lot of times. Good race tonight, guys. Good broadcast. Yeah, a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, you really killed it tonight. I was just saying on the broadcast, there was barely a moment to breathe, and we were wondering how you guys had any breathers. You, sir, you did stay up in front the whole time. We were calling your name nearly the entire race. You managed to avoid, obviously up there in the front, a lot of the worst of what was happening behind you. But then that last bit at the end, can you just walk us through those last few seconds? Did you think Scott had you at the line?
I'll tell you what, it was close, but I got to give a big thanks, shout out to Dave. Dave's was behind me like a coach, man. He's like, James, go high, go low, you know, and so he was like as he was behind me, he was also my driver and eyes for me too, man. So big shout out to Dave. Big shout out to S&M drivers that come out, all the drivers that come out tonight support us. And big shout out to Ricky Miles and Lisa Miles, man. Crime and partners right there. And big shout out to Randy Schweitzer. So a lot of fun tonight, guys. Good race. I can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast because I know it's going to be a hell of a race to watch. You guys did a hell of a job up here tonight, so we appreciate you guys, man. We really do.
Well, we always have a good time, my friend. Thank you, James, and congratulations on the win, on eking out that victory here at Daytona in the Gen 6s, and we look forward to hopefully talking to you again in Victory Lane real soon.
10-4, buddy. We appreciate you guys.
All right, 10-4. That was James Smith, everybody. Thanks again to James for hopping up here in the booth with us and chatting with us for a little bit, giving us some insight into how things went down there at the front of the pack here at Daytona. We got anybody else, Fearless Producer, we're going to talk to tonight? And that's going to be it, actually, from Daytona. I want to talk to someone, though. I want to talk to Sheldon. Sheldon, how you feeling about that one?
The number you have dialed has been disconnected. Please hang up and try again.
You know, I'm kind of on the same page. Like, my brain's just sort of shut off after that. There was so much going on. It was a packed field. It was a full race. We did 75 exciting laps full of yellows and greens and checkers and everything. And now we're back at the start. Well, folks, if you joined us for the entire race, well, you get a gold star. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us on Grid Vision and supporting S&M Motorsports and all the guys who go around and put on the show for you. It's really, they're the ones who are doing most of the hard work here. We're just here to talk about racing. So we're going to wrap that up, though. From everyone on the Grid Vision team, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched tonight. I'm Joe LaCastro, and sorry, let me do this right for the first time in a long time. Anyways, I want to try that again. So from anyone from the entire Grid Vision team, I want to thank you guys for watching and participating. For more information on getting your league broadcast, if you've got one or you want to start your career in broadcasting, hit us up on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Congratulations again to James for his win here at Daytona International Speedway. This has been Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and Austin Derbyshire. And hey, we'll see you next time on the grid.